Imagine a world where over 21 million people are grappling with a single, complex, and often misunderstood mental health disorder. That's the startling reality of schizophrenia, a disorder that affects nearly 1% of the world's population. It's a condition that doesn't discriminate, touching lives in every corner of the world, across all cultures and socioeconomic groups. Schizophrenia is a chronic and severe mental disorder that affects how a person thinks, feels, and behaves. It's often characterized by distortions in thinking, perception, emotions, language, sense of self, and behavior. The symptoms can be so severe and limiting that the affected individuals struggle with everyday tasks that most take for granted. Central to our understanding of schizophrenia is the role of dopamine, a type of neurotransmitter involved in sending messages between the brain's nerve cells. In essence, dopamine is the messenger that facilitates communication within the brain. But in the case of schizophrenia, the messages get scrambled. The dopamine hypothesis of schizophrenia suggests that symptoms of the disorder are caused by an overactivity of dopamine in certain brain areas. It's like a party where the music is too loud and everyone is talking at once. The result? A cacophony of noise that makes it impossible to understand what's being said. In the brain of someone with schizophrenia, it's this overflow of dopamine that's believed to contribute to the characteristic symptoms of hallucinations, delusions, and disordered thinking. So how does one go about turning down the volume and restoring normal communication in the brain? Enter the world of antipsychotic medications. These medications work by blocking the dopamine receptors in the brain, effectively turning down the volume of dopamine activity. This in turn helps to manage the symptoms of schizophrenia. One such medication is L-Dopa, a drug that's more commonly used in the treatment of Parkinson's disease, a condition characterized by a lack of dopamine. L-Dopa works by increasing dopamine levels. Now, you might be wondering, if schizophrenia is caused by too much dopamine, why would a drug that increases dopamine levels be used as a treatment? Well, the relationship between dopamine and schizophrenia isn't as straightforward as it might seem. Some studies suggest that while there's an overactivity of dopamine in certain areas of the brain, there might be underactivity in others. In these cases, a drug like L-Dopa could potentially help balance out dopamine levels. However, it's important to note that the use of L-Dopa in treating schizophrenia is still a topic of ongoing research. While it has shown promise in some cases, it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. Each person's experience with schizophrenia is unique, and so too should be their treatment plan. The journey to understanding schizophrenia and the role of dopamine is far from over. But every step forward, every new piece of the puzzle that's uncovered, brings us closer to better treatments and, ultimately, a cure. It's a journey that's well worth taking, and one that we all have a stake in. After all, mental health is not just an individual concern, but a societal one. So delve deeper, ask questions and seek answers. The more we understand about schizophrenia and the role of dopamine, the better equipped we will be to support those affected by this complex disorder. Because at the end of the day, understanding is the first step to acceptance, and only with acceptance can there be recovery.